What's up, everybody? This is SOS Rampages down there. We are recording the second episode of the Ultimate Fighter series. We are going live with this version to see how that kind of works out, how it goes, all that good stuff. Testing things out, testing the waters of doing, our live stream on Twitch and on YouTube, and then cutting it up for different uses later on. So let us know in the comments how you feel about it, what you think, if you like this idea, if you don't. Also, about if you have seen this, if you any of the topics that we are talking about, as well as anything else on the channel, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. But with that being said, I'm gonna kick it on over that away to
SOS Farm, and welcome everybody. You are in the place to be for all your wrestling activity. I didn't even plan that. I did not plan that.
Look at you.
I know.
You rhyme and you didn't even do the time.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah, it's almost like I've used that one before. That's our basic dad humor right there that you can expect as always on this wonderful, wonderful channel that you are on right currently. But just basic starts before we get into the episode of after just watching it. How do you feel? What are we feeling before we break down the actual notes that I have? And I did take notes this time.
I like how it's going more into the reality show aspect with competitions. Usually with sports-based competitions, like for instance, Tough Enough or the original NXT. I'm kind of like, why are we doing these obstacle courses and like not like getting in the ring? But with this, like, I'm not really looking forward to them being in the ring until I know who they are. Like I know what like a grapple is, I know what a punch is, I know what a kick is, but I need to know like who you are so I care about you. So for this, like I'm feeling the reality aspect that they're leaning into it now.
And I'm glad that you got that reality aspect, and that is the cringiest part of, yes, it is just the first 2 seasons have challenges. After that, they just go based on you fight your way into the house and you fight.
I'm glad we started with the first season then.
But it also gives you that appreciation later on, and that's how you learn, because they still give a little promo packages beforehand on like who they are and stuff like that, kind of like they do in the actual like UFC. But it's that bases your personality off of them on how they carry themselves in the cage rather than the outside more. But like I said, I can see from the outside perspective, and that's why I was able to get into it early on when I was a kid, and why this stuff really, like, the Ultimate Fighter season 1 was on. That's what got me into the UFC. I knew nothing about MMA, UFC, anything like that. I on Spike watching, I can't remember what I was watching at the time. It was probably Pros versus Joes or maybe some Impact or something on at the time. And then I just kept it on and I watched UFC after and the Ultimate Fighter. And it reminded me of Tough Enough. And it was like, all right, they're doing the same kind of stuff. They're doing the same kind of, challenge-based things, but also like it's a reality aspect of something that's interesting, physical aspect of it as well.
Yeah, as I'm watching it, they showed a fight from 2 people from January 2004, and immediately my mind goes to like, okay, this is Royal Rumble that leads up to WrestleMania 20. So like then immediately I know where I'm at in life, and I'm like, okay, I kind of remember where everything was. Like this is how life was, and like I can like see how everything fits in perspective at that moment, and I kind of get lost in 2004, 2005 again, instead of, watching it 20 years later.
It's a very different world, as you see in a lot of the aspects of what they talk about and how they are during the show.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of starting it off kind of with the basic comparison that everybody makes of Randy Couture being your Bret Hart type of and explain what you mean by that.
He's just like a soft-spoken kind of guy, but like you just really have to listen to what he says, because like there's a lot of feeling and heart behind it, but like there's not really like a big burst of energy when he's trying to break down knowledge to you.
I can definitely see that. The charisma definitely wasn't there. He had that natural kind of, good person kind of charisma. I mean, as you can see in the background picture, just like you saw me hanging myself when I was talking about the challenges. But
it's not even like a charisma. It's more of like a maximum experience, and you should listen to what I'm telling you because I know.
And he does that a lot by saying, he wants a team aspect, even though he picks Chris Lieben, who is the complete antithesis of a team player, talking trash about how he's knocked out teammates. And
hey, man, every time we do like a draft for like wrestling, if it's not you, it's me. We always pick one wild card that like doesn't fit in with everybody else, and we're like, "What's wrong, Sway?" Nothing, man. That's your pick. All right then. You gotta have that troublemaker. There's always one troublemaker that has potential.
And the way that he talks about him, you can see he sees the potential as well as he brings up, because they do start off with Randy's team just going over. He also brings up Mike Swick as well, the one that Chris Lieben had fought before, and saying that he is kind of undersized, but he sees the potential in them. So kind of nice seeing the coach's hand of who they kind of have an idea of why they picked them and who they're leaning towards. Because, I mean, they can't just want everybody to do well. They kind of have their favorites. Just like on Chuck's team when we went over to there, they were he was leaning towards like Josh Koscheck, the blonde-haired guy, and Kenny Florian. So just trying to show who he's, and also Forrest Griffin he brings up. So any of the ones, it's like reality shows. It's like anything of, there's a reason why people are being brought up. There's a significance behind these people because the coach sees something in them, whether it comes to fruition or not in the fights. I mean, that's made to be seen, but usually when they bring them up, they're like, those are the guys that we want, kind of idea.
Yeah, like there's some kind of potential that like they're like definitely leaning in towards, and they're like, I know you might be a troublemaker, or I know like you had a bad week, but I believe in you because I know that you believe in yourself, and I'm gonna stick with you.
Leading into after the training sessions, we get into the team challenge where they had to carry the coach on a giant recliner chair through the water and back. And
the King Mabel throne.
The King Mabel throne that they were definitely dropping Randy all in the water, and it was just.
Hey man, it was hot out there. It was hot. It wasn't a good day for them.
No. Green team had a rough week. Green team had a very, very rough week. It was a very interesting and rough week. Blue team at this point is just very like quiet and has nothing besides Diego. Diego's Diego, which I guess we skipped over the asparagus fight.
Let's talk about that real quick.
What do you want to talk about?
So Homeboy took the asparagus and cut off all the tips and then put them in a smoothie. And then he left like the stalk of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he put it back in the fridge. And then the tall blonde guy who is
Stephen Bonner. Also been an Impact before.
Okay. So Stephen Bonner comes up like, hey man, that's not cool. You can't just be doing that. Like, you can't just be using all the asparagus and leaving the waste in there. Like, nobody wants that. He's like, yo, and then Homeboy is like, I don't even know what asparagus is. Next time y'all can have that.
It made my pee smell nasty. I don't even want that no more either.
Like that doesn't make it square, my man. Like, you still like at least buy some asparagus for the house. But yeah, I don't know. At this point, I got to the mental capability of like, I'm here to train. I'm not here to like clean up and like save asparagus pieces for y'all. Like, so I get what he's saying, but at the same time, like Homeboy said, like, have some common courtesy, Weeble.
I mean, he had common courtesy enough to, put some baby oil on later and show off his yoga where he won you back over. He slipped you back or turn around, flip and reverse it on you.
No, well, hold on. He did not win me back over. I liked how he reversed the game on them and kept them questioning shit.
Well, like what?
I don't know. I'm questioning everything now. I don't know what he was. Yo, he was like a lioness among a pack of lions. He was presenting. He was showing off the goods. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know why he was doing it.
Oh, so we're getting into a whole different situation, but
Oh,
I know
that's
so
somebody else.
that was somebody else. But we are
Okay.
gonna go over the first cut after the light heavyweights did fail. They got rid of good old Strange Brew, Jason Thacker, which R.I.P. your Canadian fellow.
It's sad.
Yeah,
Sad to see him go.
yeah. It's probably for the best. Would you like to know what his career was like? Would you all like to know what happened with his career?
I would love to know.
He went 0-1, as well as the person that he fought.
No, would I know who the person he fought is? Phil.
No, that's too late. He's on the show.
Okay.
And that is a giveaway as well. Most of these guys in these early seasons, they fought other people on
the Chuck
show on the finale.
Chuck?
Chris Lieben.
No, I don't.
Chris Lieben, the one that pissed on his bed. He also knocked him out in the first round.
Oh, good for him. Oh,
I got pissed. No, he got knocked out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Canada. Oh, Canada.
Strange Brew.
Nah, man. Well, you know what? At least he got his moment.
It just made you sad all of a sudden.
A little bit. I still don't know.
You tried.
Obviously, I'm still getting.
You're not missing much.
Well, it's a good thing he got his rematch.
But yeah, no. Exactly.
You know, he got his ass whooped.
It happened.
It does.
But getting back to what you were discussing a little bit more, this was the night after when they were, I guess, celebrating, if you will, which, I mean, Lieben was also just talking all this trash on this, which makes it so much worse. It's just like, if you suck shit, you suck shit. I mean, I don't know. It was the line of, like, if you have a stroke, I feel bad for you. If something else, I feel bad for you. You get kicked off a game show, I don't feel bad for you.
No, he said, like,
he's like, yeah, this is.
He said, like, if you get kicked off a game show that you're unqualified for, then I don't feel bad. Like, it was that little extra MJF stank on it. Like, he didn't just say, like, if you get kicked off. It was like, plus you don't belong.
It was the same little MJF / It was the same Ric Flair MJF stank that he was putting on. He was like, I'm going to do blow strippers and drink, and I'm going to smash all y'all the same night. Just like, okay.
Yeah, basically. That's how I saw it.
And then he's talking a lot of smack to Mike Swick because he's done the fight. That's where they showed the fight that they had done. It was him and his teammate, and he did knock him out and did it in the Chris Lieben way of he's notoriously was the zombie of like just walking straight forward, getting punched in the face, and then just throwing one big one back and just boom.
Yeah.
So he never had head movement. He was never very smart, and it got to him after a while. But it was fun to watch while it happened.
That only lasts a little bit.
Yeah,
how many blows?
Happened, but...
How many blows directly to the head can you take before it starts to take an effect?
Probably too many. Probably way too many.
I think I got one. I'm not going for like 12. I'm not going for 34. I got one blow to the head before it starts to take effect.
One good one.
Yeah, more. Yeah, you better, you better make it a good one. Now, I'm not stepping in with nobody else.
After they talked a lot of smack, and Mike Swick just kept going kind of on, and he doesn't seem to want to drop it. As you claimed, Macho Man didn't want to drop it with Ric Flair. He just wouldn't. He wouldn't drop it. He just kept talking and talking.
And, I'm gonna come back for you as soon as I get out of these handcuffs.
Yeah.
No, that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, that part. Yeah. You want me to do more? I can do more.
No, you're good.
Okay.
But with that being said, after all the call outs and everything, that's when they kind of got a little questionable with you're thinking of Loden Kincaid that was running around in his, his tidy whities and
It was Lance
bending
Cage.
over. Lance Cage, yes.
Okay. So Garrison Cage was walking around in his man panties, and it seemed like he was trying to like get into the mind of all the other
Yes.
fighters and break them
He's
down.
doing a gold dust.
Yeah, Goldust style. But I don't know. Like Rampage said, like we're both used to this because of like the things that we've seen in wrestling. But like also like he's trying to mess with him mentally.
He was doing a lot to mess with them. He was doing a
Yeah,
little bit too much extra.
yeah.
That's okay.
All you can do is laugh from the outside.
Cry on the inside a little bit.
I don't know, man. Like you can't do that to everybody. You'll mess around and catch a European uppercut.
No, Diego was the one that was just doing baby oiled yoga, just randomly, just that. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's my mistake. I thought the dude that was doing baby oil yoga switched outfits into a Saints Row style cowboy hat, small cheetah shorts, and some kind of vest. And then he came out and started doing like taunts and poses. But no, I didn't know they were two different people. I'm still learning.
Billy and Chuck, not just Chuck.
Okay. That's scary.
You look so good. No. Good to me. No. But yeah, they were doing their best Billy and Chuck impersonation, and it was cringy even for the time period, and all of them were just like not having it because of the time period. They were just nobody's about that.
I don't know, man. There was like three of them just laying on the couch, yucking it up and giggling, having their little tee-hees, which I get, but like also nobody was like, "Hey, man,
go put some clothes on."
Yeah, everybody was just giggling, but that's probably why he felt so
comfortable.
Exactly. We're like the Bella twins. We complete each other's
sentences.
I was gonna say sandwiches.
Okay. But
I'm the dumb twin.
I can tell. Good job,
Shut up.
At the end of the episode, it kind of ends with Chris Lieben deciding, like, I can't be contained. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm out. I'm going to go use a payphone, and just hops the fence. And just the immediate reaction of, like, 3 or 4 of them being like, ooh, we're going to go tell Nate. It's just like, oh, you're going to go snitch to dad. Like,
yeah, it was like 3 kittens watching one of them, like, go past the fence that they've never been behind, and they're just like watching and looking, and then they're like, we need to go scratch mom and let her know that one of us is missing.
Mm-hmm. It was incredible that was their immediate reaction so quickly, but
they're like, he wants to find a payphone. He doesn't know where he's at. He's just gonna wander around. Yeah, I guess so. He's probably used to just getting messed up late at night and just wandering around the city until he finds.
This is just his life,
Yeah. How do you think he became a fighter?
That's true.
But I appreciated that part. That reminded me of like the Surreal Life, like just how like all of a sudden like one character's just like, I want to go home. I want to go home. It's like, Joni, no, don't leave. Why is X-Pac here? No, she should go home.
But it's like, does it happen on the Surreal Life too, where someone comes and talks to them all and be like, hey guys, this is not okay. Randy had to go sit down and talk to all of them, being like, Because the minute that they get in there, Chris Sanford goes over to Randy and be like, "Hey, yo, man, he be up, he late, he keeping us up. But we can't be having this. Unk over here just snitching. Probably why he got eliminated for real.
Yeah.
Randy's like, I ain't play with no snitch sway. All right, then we getting you out of here.
Yo, wait till you see Vernon Troyer riding around his little scoot drunk at 2:00 in the morning, and then he pulls up to the corner of the house and then pees.
Yeah, no, that's the only surreal life that I've seen is clips of me.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, you know, all these shows get to that point when the houses are supplied with fun and activities and coloring books.
But after all of the fun and activity and coloring books, they had their challenge for the middleweights where they had to saw the log and put it back together. And
it started off great. Both teams were strong. They were running. They were charging. They stopped there. They're like, ha! We the best. Y'all ain't got nothing. They all got their saws out. Everybody was, they were warriors out there. The black ball guy.
Chris Sanford.
Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son, yes.
He was, homeboy was. Like they're halfway through. He's let's go of it. They lost.
I did. And then had the nerve after to be like, hey, maybe y'all shouldn't have stopped so quickly and maybe you shouldn't have been jumping on it. You should have saw it fast.
Yeah, homeboy on the blue team.
Josh Koscheck.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He looked like, for the uninitiated like me, he looked like the dude from Cousin Skeeter.
Okay.
When he was on 101 with Kyla Pratt, when he had the little blonde afro, his name was Arnez on that show. I don't know. You know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
He reminded me of him. Yo, homeboy was. He got through his section in like 40 seconds. 40 seconds, yeah.
You tried.
He moved on. I got there. And he moved on to help his teammates like 3 times. Like, he was the MVP of that game.
He literally pushing mans out the way. He's like, I don't even want your saw. Get your saw. Get your heads out the way.
No, take your saw out. I'm going to take 4 seconds to finagle mine in, and then I'll finish it.
But
yeah, blue team.
To that elimination where Sanford, after everything that was happening, decided to, instead of trying to, persuade Randy on like, oh yeah, no, I'm a good fighter. I can do this. I can do that. Decided to just drop a diss track on Mans, being like, man, he's terrible for the team. He'd be up late drinking. He left the place. Y'all heard this, Randy. He ain't a team player, man. You need to get out of here.
Yeah, his whole defending speech was him throwing his opponent under the bus. And then he had the nerve to still go for the handshake after he was eliminated. And you know what? On the other guy's part, he gave him the handshake back.
No, you can't blame him for it. At
least he gave him. I mean, he did throw you under the bus, but when he was eliminated, he reached the hand out, you gave it back. So, ultimate respect to the smack talking ginger.
And that was that. By Sanford.
Apparently the smack talking ginger is trying to change his ways too. Like they're telling him
up now.
They're telling him he's partying too much and he needs to focus. And I don't know, y'all might about to unleash a dragon because he's already winning and not being eliminated while leaving the house and getting intoxicated every night. Now y'all want him to focus on training. And
why y'all want him to focus?
All right.
Whatever y'all want.
Good luck. I'm just saying.
But we finally, after 10 days, get to talk about a fight on the next episode. They actually get to do the thing.
It's not going to be a fight.
I don't know why none of them are getting upset about that.
It's gonna be canceled. My nosebleed.
My back. My aching back.
It's postponed.
Finishing up with the other fight, the fight finder on Chris Sanford. He finished out 5-1 in his career. Not terrible. You know, that's a good record.
I like it.
Lost his only UFC fight to the before mentioned Josh Koscheck. So not only is Josh a much better sawyer than him, he can also fight much better because he knocked him out in the first round as well.
That's how it is sometimes.
It's just,
yeah.
I thought the world was supposed to give some back to some people. Like, you're not supposed to let the man get his bed pissed in and then get knocked out. Let the man get outsawed so he got rid of and then get knocked out.
Nice guys finish last. Boo-hoo, cry me a real grass. Do something about it. What are you gonna do about it?
With that being said, I think that will be the end of the episode. We're closing in on that 27-minute mark, which everybody loves that 27-minute mark. That's that sweet spot right there.
Magic number, y'all.
Always end at. So 100%. Find us on the things, SOS Rampages over there.
And I am SOS Farms over here's.
And we appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we will catch y'all in the next episode where Farm's going to be slightly disappointed because they're actually going to fight each other. Yay.
I don't know. I'm excited because it hasn't happened yet. I'm waiting. I forgot what they're doing. No one's gotten a date with Willa Ford. What are we fighting for?
If you're out there still, Willa Farm is very interested in your whereabouts and what you got going on.
Yeah, Willa, what you want. I remember that video.
But we will catch you all next time where we will find out where Miro, Vader, and Willa are. Peace.
Oh, I bet they all look good. Son of a bitch.
All right. No, it's just gonna be stuck in my head, you bastard. The Sanford and Son shit.
Yo, I was thinking Sanford and Son the whole time I was watching the episode. Every time his name came up, I just kept forgetting it because like the subject kept changing. I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna call this man Sanford and Son. Hold up, and then you would say something I'd forget. It's a good thing there's no one here.
Why is that?
I didn't duck out of the camera enough when I did the second intake of the smoke, and you know, like it was like very West Coast music video with like the and then the swirls around my head. I should have ducked out more.
See, that's also the thing is, you can do whatever you want, my guy.
I know, but they should pay for that. I might have tricks and shit, you know? I'm sitting there like, oh, that was nice. Here's a little extra something.
Here's a little extra something for here's a penny for your thoughts.
Yeah.
All right, I changed shirt. Blame you. I don't want to hear it.
It's a good song, man.
Yeah, just like you can't smoke or camera, I can't take my shirt fully off for them unless they pay for it. Or that's how this works.
No, I feel you. I wouldn't do that either.
There you go. You get an arm. You get a whole arm.
I want to see some nipple. No. Almost.
He was taken off of all of the platforms.
No, it's cool. I got man nipples.
Who's the
Look.
man that was saying?
No, look, watch. Look. There we go. Look, this is officially a workout stream. That means if there was any nipple shown from a man, which I am, then it would be fine because I'm working out, which men do with their shirts off.
Who?
You said,
work out with your shirt off? How often do you work out with your shirt off?
Depends how much I get into it. Like sometimes
you get that 50-cent workout.
No, like sometimes it gets hot and then you just have to take your shirt off and you keep going.
You're just doing 50-cent workouts. That's fine.
Yeah. What kind of workouts do you? Well, you just be like using gym equipment and shit.
Yeah, no, I gotta go to the gym. I can't pop my shirt off at the gym like that.
No, man, I got 50 Cent and like Macho Man Randy Savage workouts where it's in my room with like dumbbells and music and just intensity and just.
Hey, you can't talk about intensity like that. Jordan Grace is right there.
Right now. Huh? See, the thing is, her husband lives near us.
Yes, he does.
And I don't want to give him a reason to
use his ginormous arms.
No, not even that. To make a 35-40 minute trip
to whip your ass
out the city to find me.
Because he wouldn't even need to do that because she could do it for him.
Oh man.
Yes.
Why'd you have to say that right when I found my chapstick? Now I look like a pervert when I'm just trying to get ready for our second set. But I'd much rather appreciate if he sent her because like I could talk to her as a human.
What's up, Jonathan Gresham in the chat? How are you? John Gresh 333. What's up?
Hey, hi, everybody.
I keep this with me everywhere.
Yeah, this is what I use underneath my bed in case anybody happened to break it in the middle of the night. You know, something nice and.
That wouldn't stop him.
I know, but it's got like the. It's gonna slow him down and let me crawl away from out the window. All right, I don't need to stop someone. I need to slow them down. Yo, look at this. That part right there to the kneecap. Like, yo, you know how Finley used the shillelagh?
Yes.
This is.
You're gonna be a little hornswoggle using your shillelagh.
Yeah. I look double-sided. Yo.
Mm-hmm.
You saw how quick I grabbed that. You said, "Oh, he's here." That shit was in my hand. That shit is always by my side, bro.
Always.
You know me. I don't got no bodyguard in here. I need protection.
Okay, no 4 o'clock class. Woot woot.
Lucky I don't have one of those things by my side.
Hey yo.
That's why I said those things.
No fangs. No fang bangs.
Yeah, man. You never know. What am I gonna do if a big angry Bobby Lashley busts in here?
Background music.
Background music. I'll throw on Wheeler Walker Jr. And fuck this job.
good elevator music. Okay, I know you could drop a beat on this.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, you don't hear it? Damn.
No.
It's nice. Oh yeah, we're picking it up.
I was about to say something so dumb.
Different than normal?
Yeah. Extraordinary.
Extraordinarily, that's extra dumb.
So I just looked over to my other computer and I was on Twitch. And I looked over to the side and I was looking at who was live and I was about to say, yo, you're live. Even though I have it open right here in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on it right here.
Yeah.
You know, just the initial excitement of seeing your name and being live, you know. I rarely see anyone live that I get excited about nowadays. So the fact that I saw your name on the side boosted my hype. Hey, Nova's live too. Hello, world. This is your boy. Rampage is gone. I have no idea what he's doing. But this is my show now. This is my channel. I would like to thank everybody for my 990 followers. What?
Push you out the way.
Oh. This isn't the Apollo. 994 followers. Yo, man, you 6,000?
We got 6 away.
That's what's
But
up.
I'm also, that's the birth year right there. 1994.
Yeah, I know, but that's what's up. You
could add on to it if you would like to on YouTube. You could go over and follow SOS Rampage on Twitch, as well as these 994 people on Twitch. You go over and subscribe onto the YouTube you see over there on the other end.
Wouldn't you like to say that you were there before Rampage got to 1,000? Because we're gonna go way above that. We're not talking about that. I'm at like 336. But we're not talking about right now. We're talking about this guy.
All I'm saying right now is this is if we ever do our ad pitches, if y'all would like, hey, any small businesses out there that would like your stuff advertised, we can do that for you. We can cut promos, we can do voices, we can do whatever y'all want. So let us know. Hit us up for your small business. We got you. That being said, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program.
I kind of hope that becomes the thumbnail.
I almost want to send that, like a clip of that to you so that you could hear the music in the background when we're doing that pitch.
Yeah. Let me see if I can clip it.
It truly seems like we're selling something. Don't know what. Something.
Selling ourselves.
Yeah.
Hold on. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Damn, we barely missed it. You stopped this right when I started that.
That's fine.
I'll keep a clip on the side. I'll probably do something with it later.
Get the blue out here. I like to change.
That could be one of our. That could be one of our poses.
Okay, use red for impact. Use red for impact. Magenta, not magenta. Oh, the light, it burns. When are you gonna be ready to roll so I can kind of get an idea on the time?
I'm ready whenever you are, unless you wanted to do another blast off.
No, I'm okay. I'm ready to roll.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, that thing. You got 10 seconds. What's up, everybody? This is SOS Rampages back at you with a review outside of the wrestling barriers, going into the world of Impact / TNA Bound for Glory this time. This segment we like to do because we do cover the inside of the wrestling barriers as we do with the AEW and WWE content that we put out there. So now we are trying to explore outside of the wrestling barriers, whether that be Impact, GCW, Ring of Honor, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, all sorts of different things. If you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments if you have any suggestions on anything else you'd like to see us watch for that upcoming week, and we can kind of do that for you and, get you all involved.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Catch, all those fun little videos on the side. Over that away.
All right. Hey, random idea. Also, if you are an independent wrestler just coming across this, tell us where your match is, and we'll watch that too.
Exactly. We'll cover matches, solo matches, whatever you want. We're pretty open, and as you've seen with most of our content, we try to stay as honest as possible, but also we try to cover the good side of the wrestling world. We don't want to. We stay away from the negative as much as humanly possible because there is enough negative out there in this world, and especially in this wrestling landscape that we're in. There's plenty of hate and there's plenty of negativity out there, and we are just trying to stay away from that as possible. If we go down that road or we say anything is bad or anything, it's just opinion based. It's not necessarily us trying to dog anything or be any way about anybody. It's
just our personal opinion on a specific storyline or gimmick at the time, but we still do keep it positive overall.
Like the start of this Impact pay-per-view when I saw Kaz and I wanted to turn off my TV.
That was that gentleman throughout the whole show for you, but how dare you insult the king of Impact, the king of TNA?
Who says who?
That trophy that he's carrying around, my good sir.
He didn't have it before the night, but he got it by the end of the night. The Call Your Shot was a fun little, he started it out, and it was who you would expect to be in it. It's the standard bearers of TNA. We aren't going to get into all the 20 entrants. We are trying to, talk about touch base here and there. Is there anything from the Call Your Shot that you want to bring up?
I like how Tasha Steelz and I don't know what her new name is, but Xia Li.
Yes.
I like how they were both in there. I like how Xia Li lasted in there for a while, and she was just kind of
laid out by Kaz.
She was just blending in with the men and just like putting in her strikes every once in a while. So that was cool.
I will also give you some of your, because I also took notes from some of your notes and what you said. You call Trent Seven Brian Danielson.
Oh, he looked like Brian Danielson if he became a baker instead of a vegan. And I mean that in the best way possible because, like, he was doing chops, he wore the same color scheme, but he just looked like if Brian was a chef and you would see him on the Food Network after Mario Batali. Also,
Specifically after Mario Batali.
also kind of looked like Brian Danielson mixed with Mario Batali. Now that I'm thinking about
it. Okay.
But yeah.
So another one that you made a comparison to the Gujar. He's the other Indian fellow. To Trent Beretta / Chavo Guerrero.
Yeah. There was a couple people where, like, I just noticed that they were a combination of two or more people, whether like it was the moves that they did when they got in there or just the look that they had. And Homeboy had the bandana like Chavo and the tights like Chavo, but he had the body type and the hair of Trent Beretta. And the facial hair was Chavo and Trent, so like that tied it both together.
That's fair. They also had Rhino Clearinghouse in that spot, which is nice because he was in the Hall of Fame, but don't have anybody else that could do this spot.
That was his moment.
Yeah, good for her. Good for him. Sami Callihan's back, but nothing really came of it. But,
hey man, that boy looking thick. Mm-hmm. Yo man, one thing I gotta say about Sami Callihan, that boy eating good. But it's a good look for him. It gives him like a Bray Wyatt like kind of vibe. Like you gotta hit me hard before like I feel it. Like I'm like I like bring it. Like I'm not weak.
Right. It just led into the worst, like 4 at the end. It was like AJ Francis and Kaz and
Kazarian, Frankie Kazarian, a TNA original, the king of Impact.
I will be 100% honest with y'all and transparent with y'all as the viewers. That Final 4, I walked out the room. I asked what happened. Found out what happened later, obviously, because Kaz came out with the trophy. But it was like that one Royal Rumble when it was the Big Show and Kane and Roman, and it was that Rumble of like no one was winning here. Nobody's winning.
Yeah. No, it wasn't that bad, man.
It was for me.
It was for you, but for me, it wasn't that bad. Like I could sit and muster through it as long as AJ Francis got eliminated, and then I was happy.
He's also close by, like Jonathan Gresham, who was also in the match.
Yeah, but I'm not afraid of AJ Francis. He can't catch me. Jonathan Gresham is like a track star. He's like a pit bull. All right?
AJ. I'm 100% clipping you saying that you're not afraid of AJ Francis.
AJ Francis is like, I don't want to call him a hippo. A hippo. You see, look, if I mess up, then you can't clip it, and then I look dumb. I don't want to say that he's like a hippo because hippos are very fast in the water. But he's definitely like some type of large African mammal that moves slowly on the land and will probably trip over its own feet. And I'm quick, son. You know me. I'll spin on your ass real quick. I'll spin on you and then hit you with that Allen Iverson. Sidestep you and I'll be stepping behind you and then you'll be on the ground. And I'll be like, my bad, man. I didn't mean for you to fall that bad. I'll pick you back up. I'll try. I'm small. I can't pick you back. I'll put my hand out to help you back up. Not him, but you. I wouldn't shake you like that, though.
All right, you got your AJ Francis. Huh?
You brought him up.
I did. I was thinking about doing this right now. It's not necessarily 100% the spot because but I don't know since it's the I feel like cursed episode that never has come out there. I'm gonna since you're in promo cutting mood right now. You have 60 seconds to cut a promo on Trevor Lee. Go for it. Have your fun.
Yo, who the hell is this man coming out here with this fresh Drew Gulak look? This is not Trevor Lee. All right, look, Trevor Lee has a hairy chest. He has long hair. You want to cut the hair? Fine. You want to cut the chest hair? Fine. You want to do both at the same time? Not cool. You are the artist formerly known as Trevor Lee. Like, bruh. Bro,
artist formerly known as Cameron Grimes now too.
I don't know who that is anymore either. He's neither one of those. You know who he is? You know who he is. Say who he is.
You said Drew Gulak.
That's who he is.
So you're saying they should have a Fashion Brothers gimmick?
No.
You're just too upset to even make that joke.
I'm saying... Okay. I'm running out of time.
No, you're already out of time.
Okay, I'm saying Trevor Lee. Why would you want to look like every other wrestler out there? You had a unique look and it was working with you. You had the crowd behind you. You have a great move set. Do not look like everybody else. Look like Cameron Grimes. Look like Trevor Lee. To the moon. We can still get on that rocket ship.
Is this your apology tour? After the first promo, you talked about him being like Drew Gulak.
I need to go on a revenge tour before I go on an apology tour.
Okay. That's fair. That's enough of that. All right. Mike Bailey, and Vikingo.
Oh. Bailey?
Mike Bailey.
Bailey? Oh.
Oh.
I mean, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You made
Modern
a comparison. You made a comparison to him after the match, and you compared him to Rob Van Dam during ECW, and it really put in the perspective of like he comes up with like new moves every match and like stuff that only he can pull off, and that was a really good comparison.
Yeah, man, did like a roll through brain buster thing from the top rope. It was weird looking back. I don't even know what you would even call it.
He does so many roll. He does so many roll throughs and knee drops.
As far as Vikingo is concerned as well, man, just a little bit less. Just be careful with yourself, please. Like you do so much, all the flips, all of like, and rumor has that he is hurt after this. Like, just save it for special moments, build it up. And I can't believe I'm saying that. And it's me getting old. It's 100% me being an old head now. Like I used to want to see boom, 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 boom. But like, build it. If you build it right, you make it one big spot. It speaks more volumes than all the different spots that you can do.
Yeah. That's why when Jake the Snake did this, it meant so much.
Because it was time.
Yeah. It was a simple DDT.
Very, very simple.
Yeah.
We are also basically going over the highlighted matches, the main matches of the show. We're not going over the entire show just to kind of keep everybody up to date as well because we don't want a long video. If people are, really looking for that long form and really want us to dive deep into every single match and everything like that, we can do that in the future. We have no issue doing that. It's just saving y'all a little bit, I feel like, of trying to hit the basic, kind of like we do on the wrestling barriers as well, hitting the fine print, hitting the major spots.
Yeah. You've got other reviews that you need to check out for all the details. These are just our quick opinions on the pay-per-view overall.
What are you making?
I'm making sure that my email address is fully functioned in. What are you making?
You're really trying to find words. I'm making the next match, which is PCO versus Matthew Cardona, and an absolute monsters ball.
A brutal Broski fest if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, all the thumbtacks, so many thumbtacks, so many doors.
3 doors, 2 bags of thumbtacks, blood, Ghostbusters outfit. The only thing we were missing
Thumbtacks
was
in the mouth, thumbtacks in their head.
the only thing we were missing was a fire extinguisher and the kitchen sink.
It was a hell of a match. PCO is not human. I don't know. I
No,
just the
he
spots
did.
that he does and the hit takes just doesn't make sense.
He did his classic dives to the outside of the ring. The one that he actually connected with, and then the 2 that he missed, and he just went splat outside the ring.
Which no person should ever do in their lifetime.
But he does often.
Every match.
So yeah.
Still double champion PCO.
Bad night for Broski.
Yeah. Well, he'll be back.
Yeah.
He's always ready and always comes back.
Was this his first match back after his injury?
I think he has had matches back, but I don't know. Big matches now.
Yeah, I was about to say, who comes back to a death match?
Broski. Death match king.
I know, but Broski, calm down, bro.
After this is where you get to shine, and I might just leave the floor for you for a second. The triple main event with Jordan Grace and Masha Slamovich. Go for it.
We got Masha Slamovich. First of all, I've only seen like 3 matches from Masha, but like ever since I heard her name the first time, before I even knew what she looked like or seen any of her matches, I was already a fan. Like the Slamovich name, like I get what you're going there. I get it. Okay, already instantly got me. But Jordan, I've been a fan of Jordan Grace for I don't know, at least 5, 6, 7 years from the Thick Mama Pump days, and you know the whole transformation to the big physique that she's about to re-debut in the Royal Rumble and dominate the WWE for the next few years. The whole she's like a Pokemon. I've seen her evolve. So
this is the final evolution, or like we're right about the final evolution.
I don't know, because she surprised me with this evolution. I thought she was at her ultimate form a few years ago, but then she cranked it up, and now she's during this match, you compared her to being a female Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And as you said that, she picked up Masha and started slamming her legs into the steel corner, and then
Zach Gallen, Rey Mysterio style.
Yeah, and spinning around and doing it to the other leg, and then just throwing her off to the side, and I don't know. She might evolve one more time.
Do you think that this is 100% her being, ready to fly?
I think she's got a little bit more time here, but I think by 2025 she's going to be on Netflix.
Yeah, I can see that, or at least CW, if not Netflix.
But also, Masha won the title, which is also something that makes me think that Jordan's on the way out, because what else is there for her to do?
Right. I mean, there's not much else unless she's going to try to go into the men's division, which will be interesting.
She could, but she I mean, she had a title match tonight. There was already 2 women in the Call Your Shot Battle Royal, but like, if she was, she's done that too, though. She's done the men's matches. So, yeah, she needs new belts to win.
Do you think, and this is also something that she's probably taking into account, I mean, with the WWE roster right now, is her best home Impact? Like, that's a hefty roster to push yourself in on with Rhea, Bianca. You're working Jade up there. You got Liv. You got Bailey. You got Raquel that they're pushing a little bit more now. You got Nia. You got Tiffany. Like, do you want to be one of the 8, or do you want to be the one of one at Impact?
She's gonna come in with this style of, I wasn't trained in the developmental system, so I fight different than y'all, so I stand out different than y'all. Plus, she looks different, and like, she looks like she can compete with Rhea and Raquel and Bailey and
I had no issue with her competing. I just the standing out and her being able to accentuate herself as much as possible. I've already, and I said this while watching, I think that her key is if she goes over to get Jonathan Gresham to get that manager role going, and because they don't do that in WWE. They haven't really had the female male manager really, besides like Liv and Dom, and everybody's seeing how well Liv and Dom are working right now. So there's a spot for that, and it would really accentuate her and give her that extra little leg up that these other people don't have. I mean, yes, Gresham's not the strongest on the mic, but like
he's the strongest.
All right, and he can get himself over. Like, I'm sure he can do what he needs to do.
He can pick up anything over his head.
Moving on, Moggle, to the middle of the triple main event, where we're right in the middle there. Frank Kazarian guest referees with Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry.
Your boy
doing the Eminem reference in the entire lead up and everything, and it was great. I think that we might be losing out on the peak of Joe Hendry if we don't capitalize on it by I'd say mid 2025. Like, we need some sort of main card push, or else he's just going to be another act that is come and gone.
Yeah, no, he's at that peak where they need to do something with him right now.
And it could be the Rumble spot, but like that's another thing where WWE is the same way on the male side. Like, I don't know if Joe Hendry's got that right now of like being able to come into like the Rumble and win, or having that like world title aspirations with the kind of gimmick that he has. Like, I mean, they're struggling to do it in TNA even. Like, I don't know if that's part of it, of like the gimmick that he has, not necessarily them looking at him as like the world champion.
I mean, he could always come down to like the last 4 or 3. And, like, depending on like the heels in there with him, like it was like him and like Jacob Fatu and Dominic.
I think he would be one that would do really, really well from staying in NXT for a little bit, developing, getting that personality over, getting some of these like guitar segments of him singing and him getting some matches over, and then WWE system truly understanding Joe Hendry and what he can bring, as opposed to just putting him on the main roster and trying to just go with what they don't know yet.
Yeah. I think the crowd would just react to him really good in a scenario where like he's the only good guy. Even if they don't know him, like they can get behind him. Like when he starts doing clotheslines and doing like the arm waving.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, no, I don't like Dom. I don't like Jacob. I like this new guy, whoever he is. And then he gets eliminated. Oh, I'm gonna keep an eye on him. What was his name? Joe what? Okay, yeah. No, I like him. He's cool.
Do you think that, and I'm gonna put this out there into the universe to hopefully speak it into fruition or whatever, I don't think it's gonna happen this time around. Do you think by next year maybe there's a possibility at a Survivor Series to have an Impact versus a WWE traditional Survivor Series match. Because like, why would if you're having this working relationship? I mean, the NXT one that we had just watched the other day, like the difference in this is different. Yeah. This is new. This is not what we usually see, and that's what they missed out on. Where Raw and SmackDown used to be different. They used to not fight each other. They used to stay away. This is a whole other roster you're bringing in, essentially, of like new people, new faces, new that you never thought you would see, and Impact at least have 5 people they can put up there. That would be fun. That would get, I like I said, I don't think this year it's possible because we're a little bit too deep in, a little bit too close, but I don't see why. And they're just dropping the ball a little bit, in my opinion, to not try it at least and see how it goes. I mean,
no, definitely. I didn't think about that at all, but like, what are they going to do for like the next upcoming War Games after the Bloodline storyline and the whole Impact tie-in it fits in perfectly with like the global warfare of 2 wrestling companies, and it makes me think like, why haven't they mentioned Nick Nemeth at all? And like maybe like that's like what next year is for, and like he becomes like a bigger part of Impact and like on their team, and like that War Games match, like seeing Dolph Ziggler in War Games, but not Dolph Ziggler,
fighting,
but Nick Nemeth. Yeah,
fighting for TNA, fighting in the same type of match that he fought for WWE against the Authority, and was a big part of the winning faction of that and why that happened. Now it's trading spots essentially.
Yeah. Because like I've been thinking, like out of all these people that they're interacting with, like they have such an easy one right there, but they haven't done nothing with it yet.
I think it's also though him really trying to be that person to go away for a little bit, establish himself and go away and be off of everybody's TV for a little bit on at least WWE side, so that we almost forget about him in a way.
No, I got that too. It's just right there, like they're waiting for the perfect thing, and then they're gonna strike.
The ending of the match, kind of with JBL coming out. I mean, where are we going here?
I don't know, man. He's the last outlaw.
Everybody can't be the last outlaw.
Here's the thing. There can always be one last outlaw, as long as there's someone who's always on their way out the door. Right now, we got 2 of them, all right? I don't know.
Like someone has to go.
Yeah, man. He's getting himself over without having one match.
Could we live in a world in 2025 where JBL is the TNA Impact World Champion?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
He's
gonna
lead the TNA squad of Survivor Series.
I don't know.
He's gonna do the angle from the angle from ECW where he's up in the crowd.
No, because JBL is gonna be the traitor. I trust Nick Nemeth to stay on TNA's team and lose in War Games if they have to with his squad. John Layfield will do a clothesline to hell to anyone on his team at the last moment and start waving that WWE flag and be like, it was a setup all along, Michael. They all fell for it.
I knew they would.
No, that's why he hasn't said anything.
Dumb amphitheater people.
That's why he's just clotheslining people and not talking. No. Nope. What's he looking for, Josh Matthews?
Everybody basically laid waste to everybody, and that Nick Nemeth picked up the win. Yay, Impact going forward and not capitalizing on Joe Hendry when they needed to.
I mean, if they're not going to do it at Bound for Glory, when are they going to do it?
Never. But they're gonna go into the final main event of the evening with Full Metal Mayhem with the System, ABC, and the Hardys. Just someone let Jeff just go in the arts and crafts section of Michael's and just have at it.
Michael.
Man's was just everything was painted. The canvas was painted.
The chairs, the ladders.
He had a fun time with this. You could tell he just generally put everything into it like he does. I mean, that's kind of his thing that he does. And who knows, he might have had some of the stuff just laying around his house just because he gets bored and is doing it.
He's just had it for months.
We're going to say this. I'm going to say we. I'm going to, and then I'm going to let you do your diatribe here, and we'll go over some of the match. Hardys, Matthew, and Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Love you both. One of my favorite tag teams of all time. Please, 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 please stop soon. Please. Pretty please. I say this with all due respect and nothing bad. And I genuinely know that myself and other wrestling fans, we are genuinely concerned when we watch y'all. Like it's not. And we want to watch you. We genuinely want to, like, you get into it every time you hear the music, every time we see you all come down, every time we see the spots, we get into it. We're here. We got you. But as the match goes on, and it's like, we like, Matt, you got a bunch of kids. Jeff, you got kids. Like, yeah, we want to see y'all be able to move. We want to, like, I don't know what else to say besides just please, my guys. Like, you could go on tours and do, your meet and greets if you really want to, be out there in front of the people. Get some producer roles going on. If you're like, Matt, you got a huge mind for the business. Get into that a little bit more. I mean,
get into yoga.
There's so much stuff in the wrestling world that you can do. Or just maybe not just do ladder matches anymore. Maybe not that. Maybe we could do, like, simple tag matches, nostalgia matches. I know you compared them to, what was it, the Rock and Roll Express. You don't see them coming out here doing Full Metal Mayhem matches, right? Like,
yeah, but I compared them to the Rock and Roll Express because the Rock and Roll Express is like 76 years old and they're still having tag team matches, and it's like, deal with it.
Yeah. So, like I said, nothing bad, nothing like I just care about y'all's health. I just want y'all to be all right. Like, and it was a great match, and they got it. You guys got your belts, y'all. It's like when you watch UFC fighters and they go out on like a knockout or something good after they go on like a skid of losing and they're a little bit on the old side. Don't you want to go out on top? Don't you want to go out with like that moment of like y'all holding the belts high with Jeff's artwork displayed everywhere in a great match with over young talent? Like, hit the goddamn Jeff and Edge spot from TLC 2, like, in that match.
Champions once again.
Like, there's not a bet. You're not gonna get a, unless you do it in WWE that same way, which y'all might have it in you, but like, there's a lot going on in WWE right now to force y'all in like you did before. Y'all got very, very lucky that one time with WrestleMania 34 and all that. That was a kind of once in a lifetime situation. 33, sorry.
The roller coaster one. Yeah.
Yes. But like, y'all, it was a perfect storm and everything worked out perfectly, and that's how that worked out, and it was great. And honestly, like, that was the moment. Like, you guys run with your titles and do your thing, but that was kind of the moment that y'all could have hung it up there, and that's the peak. Like, that's the moment that everybody's gonna look back on with the Hardys and be like, that is their culmination moment of their entire career, right there.
Yo said they should have retired 7 years ago.
If y'all wanted to retire on top,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, no. All I'm gonna say is I've been watching wrestling since December '95, and I've seen like the Hardys' whole career, even like when they were holding the doors open at King of the Ring, and it's hard for me to watch them walk.
It's that simple.
Yeah. And I'm a big fan, and yeah, everything Rampage said. I agree.
Huge shout out to everybody in the match. I know the big thing that I take with me as well of Alicia Edwards. Shout out for the neck brace with the studded neck brace. That's some good shit right there. That's simple things that you wouldn't think of. That I mean, Hardy's being innovative with the ladders as they always do, but dangerously innovative with this giant construction like ladder that was just spread all over the place. It was quite a sight to see. Brian Myers, huge shout out for that spear from the ladder. Like that was hit that edge spot perfectly and didn't DDT yourself. That takes a lot of skill right there to not knock yourself out with that. So that's a huge shout out right there. Like I said, everybody had their spots in the match. Everybody did really.
Take
really
that,
well.
Adam. Who did it better?
Yeah, I think.
Well, one was at WrestleMania.
I think it was higher up. That one looked so high up in the air.
Yeah, well, you know what? I remember mine. All right.
Anything else from this Impact Bound for Glory that you want to cover before we wrap everything on
up? It's still weird to me watching Bound for Glory with no AJ, no Joe, no Sting, no Abyss, but you know, TNA is always evolving, and every few years the roster always changes, whether you're watching Christopher Daniels or Austin Aries or Bully Ray.
Yeah.
So like I'm enjoying the Nick Nemeth run. Appreciate everything Jordan Grace is doing for the company. I feel like she's bringing the legacy of Gail and Awesome Kong's women division to the forefront.
The Knockouts division.
Is it still called that? Okay, it's still called that. All right, I didn't know if they moved on to calling it a women's division. Okay, so it's cool that the Knockouts division is still strong today. I don't know. I'm confused with old Layfield, and maybe they don't want to do anything with Hendry because he's about to move on to a greener pasture.
I can see that. I mean, that's pretty obvious to a lot of the people watching. I feel like that is where we're leaning towards with that. But with that being said, and we didn't even cover the whole show. We still covered a decent bit. We still covered like what 30 something minutes, something like that. So yeah, that's why we don't do the whole show, is because it would have just been an hour, and no one wants to do that. But we have also been live recording for an hour, but we will wrap up this video as well. So like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Let us know in the comments what other pay-per-view you'd like us to kind of watch through this weekend, and we will find a stream for it. Anything else you want us to cover as far as, I mean, I know Best of the Super Juniors is out there as well for New Japan, so that, I mean, me and Farm have no issue watching some cruiserweight action. Grew up on it, so we can do that. I mean, we're open to whatever. Some MLW, I didn't mention that. I mean, we're pretty open to whatever, but appreciate y'all. Kick it on over to this guy over here.
I am SOS Farm, and on YouTube I am Farm27, and over Mia is
SOS Rampages. I'm SOS Rampages on everything that you see, as far as, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all the fine live recording things that you're seeing right now. And we hope to hear more of some feedback from y'all about what you all like, what y'all don't like. We will take as honest a feedback as possible, because we know we have much more room to grow, and different things that we could talk about and different ways that we could present our products. So, any little tips, tricks, all that good stuff that y'all would want to see from us, we are open, and we would love to hear it. With that being said, he's trying to, let's go Cena. Cena sucks us out of the room, it seems like.
I'm just chanting in the background.
You're chanting in the background. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.